Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Game Aim Plus, where my aiming is gaming. I'm your host, the boy G, and ooh! We're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. Alright. In this video, we are gonna talk about the 12 games that I know are going to be in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection for the Nintendo Switch. Alright. I've done so many videos about this game that is going to come out, and yes, the Early Days collection of Yu-Gi-Oh! Will come out, and it's coming out for Switch. We just don't know the date yet, but here are the 12 games, alright? The 12 games that I am sure that will be in this Early Days collection, okay? Y'all need to really focus on the Early Days collection part, alright? Because I feel like they're just going to go straight to the Early Days, like I'm talking about early. Alright, none of these new Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, so don't get your hopes up too high, because it ain't going to be those. It's going to be these right here, okay? I'm going to put it right here. Bah! Okay, so it's right here, all right, just in case I forget some of them, but these are 12 games of the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh, okay, including the first three Yu-Gi-Oh, I can't even say it, the first three Yu-Gi-Oh games that ever came out, all right, ever, and they only released in Japan, all right. They are definitely going to include those in the collection. All right, it's the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters game and the second Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters game. All right, and then the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that was ever created was that Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsule Breed and Battle thing. All right, listen, I never played it. I don't know it. All I know is about capsules and breeding and dropping monsters and doing this and that. I don't know. It's really old. It's the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. But either way, when they put that in the collection, I'm definitely going to play it because I would love to play the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, and hopefully they Englishicize whatever these games, you know, make it all English so that we could actually read it. But like I'm saying, it's going to include, all right, the first 8 Duel Monster games. All right, there are 8 Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monster games. All right, of course, obviously there's Duel Monsters 1, all right, Duel Monsters 2, and then there's also Duel Monsters 3. Now this is weird because the games they release in Japan first, and then they come to America later on as a different name as well. So that makes it very complicated. So I'm gonna help y'all. I got it all right here too. I got them all, you know, their names as Duel Monster whatever, and then the actual name in America. So, you know, Duel Monsters 3, it was Dark Duel Stories. That one we actually did get in America. All right. So then, you know, then they got the Duel Monsters 4, Duel Monsters 5. That is my favorite one because in America it is Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Eternal Duelist Soul. Alright, that is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, like, ever. Alright, I played that so much when I was younger on my Game Boy Advance. I went crazy with that. Alright, but that's Duel Monsters 5. Then there's Duel Monsters 6. That's a really long name. The Stairway to the Destined Duelist of the Gods and the Little Babies and all this extra stuff. Whatever. That's Duel Monsters 6. Duel Monsters 7. Alright, I believe the Sacred Cards. Duel Monsters 8. Rechef of Destruction. So, those are the 1 through 8 Duel Monsters, and then the other 4 games that they're gonna put in the collection. All right, is gonna be the first like ever English game that came out in America was Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories on the PlayStation. I played that enormously, like a lot. All right, so I love that game. It's weird, it's kooky wacky, but it's still a fun time. So I know Forbidden Memories is gonna be in that collection. That it makes no sense. That's literally Early Days collection. It's in there. Alright. And like I said, I already said the capsule thing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters. Alright. That's also gonna be in the collection. Sorry, I don't care. Also, one of the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that also came to America. Alright, I believe it was the second or third. Look, the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that we got, it was weird. Alright, I'm gonna let y'all know that right now, off rip. Alright, we didn't even get like the first few games, like the first games we got that were Yu-Gi-Oh! It wasn't like the actual way you even play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the correct way of tributing monsters and, you know, all the other stuff that they got now with all the rules. You know, I think it actually started with Eternal Duelist Soul. You know, that's Duel Monsters 5. So, yeah, those games, alright, 1 through 8 Duel Monsters. So I'm trying to remember all this. Alright, Forbidden Memories, Dungeon Dice Monsters, and also they had a capsule game also on Game Boy. Alright, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsule GB, and then, of course, obviously the GB stands for Game Boy. But yeah, that one as well. I heard that one's actually a really good game. So, you know, I was watching videos of all these games. I was watching videos, you know, reviews, gameplay. I was watching everything of it. Like, I was really doing my research, my due diligence, and I was really, you know what I mean? I was going through all these games. It was crazy. It was a lot of games. You know what I mean? But these are the 12 games, right? The 12 games that I am pretty dang sure that this is what they're going to start out with, all right? Because they already announced, like, the first 5 games they already actually announced, and the 5 games that they actually have, you know, confirmed, they're all old games, and they're all the first Duel Monster games. Like, the first 5 games they're all old. Like, they're all the Duel Monster games. They have it in all Game Boy and a Game Boy Advance game. Like, the rest are all Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. All right, that's all they've been announcing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they're gonna do any, like, I don't think they're gonna do like DS or PSP or any of those other games yet. You know what I mean? I believe this literally they're gonna stick with the whole early days collection like thing. They're gonna keep that going, all right, until like a part 2 comes out, which I'm pretty sure they will do. All right, we gonna get on that though, not right now, but we will touch on that topic of a part 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection 2, whatever. I'm pretty sure that's all they're gonna call it. I don't know. They'll work that out, but these are the games that I'm really sure are gonna be in it, and it makes the most sense. All right, it makes the most sense to give us all the games that have never released in America. Throw those, the first 3, throw those on there. You know what I'm saying? Be generous to us, please. You're fans, you know. Throw those first 3 on there, and then all the Duel Monster games, and then, you know, I guess the little capsule crap, and then Dungeon Dice Monsters, and of course Forbidden Memories. You got to throw that on there. I don't care what you say. It's going on there. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, watch this. This is going to be the 12. If these 12 games don't make it in the collection, look, listen, I don't know. I won't make no more videos for like one day. But yeah, it's going to happen. These are the 12 games that I know, and I'm pretty sure that is going to be in the collection. Konami already confirmed that it was going to be more than 10 games. They didn't say how much though, you know. They didn't say it was going to be, 15, 16, 20 games. I think 20 games is ridiculous. That's not going to happen. There's no way there's going to be 20 games in this collection. Absolutely not. So I'm going to go with 12. It's a safe number. It's past 10, and it's all the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! So these 12 games just make sense. And I want to play them all, you know, especially the Sacred Cards and Reshuffle Destruction. I heard one of those are like really hard, but I want to play it anyways, doesn't matter. Definitely want to dip into Eternal Souls again. That's Duel Monsters 5. It's in my head. And yeah, I actually want to try it. I want to try the Dark Duel stories also, the Duel Monsters 3. The one that, I think like one of the first ones that came out in America. So yeah, this is what it's going to be, and I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? If you guys think I'm tripping, you know, we're going to work it out. But this is what I got. This is it. Those are the games right there. And yeah, but that's all I got to say right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys let me know what you think of my 12 games, my little list here of what I think is going to be in it. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Is there other games that you would like to see or that you would believe that would be in it instead of these? But yeah, just let me know. Put it in the comments and talk to your boy, and let's chitty chat. But yeah, there you go, guys. Game Aim Plus. Please subscribe. Click that little bell button. That way, every time I upload a new video, it'll pop up on your phone like, you feel me, dog? You feel me? But yeah, y'all have a great morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll catch you in the next one. Booyah!